Rate groups are the fourth step of Outdoor's onboarding process. Here, we are simply creating the groups that will share the same pricing and rules. For example, you might have 5 grassy pitches without any hookups and 5 fully serviced hard-standing pitches. You'll likely want to charge more for those hard-standing pitches, so you'll need 2 separate rate groups to do this, called, say, basic grass and fully serviced. The same for glamping. If you have 5 premium pods and 5 standard pods, you'll also need 2 rate groups, perhaps called premium and standard. It might be best that I dive in and show you what I mean. I'll add a camping rate group first. Give the rate group a name. This won't be shown to the traveler, and it's just for your own reference. Next, specify the maximum number of travelers you allow to stay on all the pitches you plan to assign with this rate group. This value means a traveler will not be able to book if their group exceeds this number. We'll add your various fees for adults and children later. The maximum number of dogs works exactly the same. Again, we add dog charges later. Next, select the camping units you allow to stay on pitches you plan to assign with this rate group. We'll then specify maximum dimensions for camping units you allow in the next step. Finally, select the arrival days you allow travelers to arrive on your site for pitches assigned with this rate group. For camping, this will likely be 7 days a week. I'll quickly set up another camping rate group here for a grassy field which only accepts tents, trailer tents, and camper vans, allowing a maximum of 8 travelers and 2 dogs per booking to help explain a few things for the next step of onboarding. Now to add a glamping rate group. Just a few differences here. Note that we can only select one option from the unit type. So if you have multiple unit types, but all priced the same, you'll need to create separate rate groups for each different unit type. We also have the additional fields for maximum adults and children here. This adds an extra layer of sophistry to whether Outdoor allows a group to book your units or not. Much like before, we'll be adding your pricing for adults and children later. In the next step, we'll assign your newly created rate groups to assets you plot on a map. As a bit of a side note, it's much easier to rename or edit a rate group than to delete it entirely and create another. If you absolutely have to delete a rate group, you'll first need to check your map and reassign units from the rate group you wish to delete to a new one. You'll also need to reallocate any upcoming bookings associated with a rate group before you can delete it. If you ever have any issues, please don't hesitate to contact us using the chat icon in the bottom right corner here.